All right, Bubba, it's 2013. Time for another year in review. I've got the new postcard. You're pretty hyped about doing this.
Yeah, I want to
You've
get
got a
over
lot
with.
to say. Oh, got to get it over with.
Yeah, it's been a month. Usually we do it in November.
Yeah.
But you did it December.
And why are we doing it December and not in November?
Oh, I went to California.
All
We were
right.
supposed to do it after I got back from California, but we haven't been meeting up.
All right.
So yes, I went to San Francisco, California, baby.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was cool. It was a great trip. I had a fun time. I got a little homesick. I got food poisoning. I almost died in the street. But I bombed the hills and I had a great time. Thanks, Emrys. Good looking out to you.
Then you're gonna have a zine about it. Are you putting out a zine about it or a book about
Yes,
this?
my zine is called Chasing the Dream Scene. If you want a copy of my zine, contact me on Twitter, Shaggy Skates, with the number 8, Shaggy Skates. So check it out, it's hot.
And we're here at Starbucks, and it's not too bad out. It's like a nice day out today,
Yeah,
right?
today's good. Good weather. It warmed up a lot, and about 47 degrees today. It's gonna be like that tomorrow too.
And it's been a couple months now. Do you miss Union Square?
Not
It's
at all.
around.
Not at all.
How can you not miss it? We've been there. We hang out there day in and day out, every
Fucking
single day.
Straight up like creepy motherfuckers, sausage party. It was just, you know what I mean? Like we would take walks. We had to leave the park, come back, and like we looked around. We sit down. It was quiet. We looked around. It was straight up like dudes only. And like if one girl,
Not only dudes, but creeps.
yeah.
Like
One
peepers.
girl walked in that park. You had Jeremy chasing after her. You had every fucking creep rolling, licking her feet. Jeremy want a hug. Estafia Baba.
Satya Sai Baba. Yeah.
It was disgusting. It was very. It was a fucking.
And she's sweating good.
Dude, disgusting.
Look around. I'm so happy I got this footage.
Oh my god, look, is he like looking at it? I thought he just touched her tits.
So we started seeing Satya Sai Baba walking around.
Yes, yeah.
And he made a big. What was the first thing we saw him doing? We saw him.
Oh yeah, he was leaning over to two girls and
Yeah, he was-
whispered shit in her ears.
These two
As he
young
was-
girls
yeah,
were
yeah.
sitting next to us. They're probably no older than 16 years old.
Yeah, and he was whispering some creepy stuff in the ear. We were listening.
Yeah,
too.
They came and sat kind of behind us, and then we saw Satya come on over.
And we know from knowing, seeing him through the years, we know not to fuck with him. He will fuck you up.
And he came up and he started. I remember I was leaning way back to hear what he was saying to him. And one of the
Down
things.
low,
And what
keep
did he
it
say
low.
to them? He said. He was like asking them. Oh yeah, he was asking them if they would go to if they wanted to go out and be a date tonight. Like he didn't have a date.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah,
if they would want to
Webster
go
Hall.
out
He
to
wanted to
Webster
go
Hall, he
dancing.
didn't have a date. And then when they kind of denied him, he said to them. What was it? He said, so I think he asked them if they'd been coming to this park a while, and then he said, so did you used to come here to this park when you were smaller? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
And they said something like along the lines of, you officially creeped us out, and they got up and ran away.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he kind of laughed about it and moved on.
Yeah. To the
And it
next
was
thing.
at that point we had our eye on him.
Yeah,
'cause
we always have an eye.
But more
we
so,
know, we know what his deal.
here's what it wasn't that we had our eye on him. We just started noticing he showed up every day. After
Yeah. After that, he was showing up every day,
He's
going
never-
up to girls, nonstop.
Yeah, he hasn't been that much of a regular at Union as much as he was this year.
Yeah, well, it's all creepy fucking people, dude.
He knew the
Right?
year to show up.
Yeah, it was perfect for him. Like, no fucking doubt, dude. It was like his year.
And so what happened was, is we were sitting there, and Wendell. There was something that led up to Wendell wanting to give us a show. We were filming him, and he said, "Don't film me, don't film me." We were like, "Well, Wendell, we just gave you a cigarette or something like that." And he said, "Okay," and he put on a show for
He
us.
put on a show. He ran to the back. That could be a dressing room behind the garbage can. It's showtime!
First he went, there were garbage bags leaned up against that thing, so he took the garbage bags away that were leaned up against the garbage can.
Then he went over to the garbage can, opened it up, he took out the garbage can that's inside the, whatever, cage, and he went inside of it. And that was just like...
And he climbed inside.
Yeah. And, I had, at the time, what was I eating?
We had food. We had a whole bunch of food.
Salad.
That one lady from Occupy brought food to us too, didn't she? I think, and we were giving him like potato salad.
We were trying to get rid of her food because remember she gave us the food and we didn't want it?
Yeah, it was kind of scary looking
So we were
Occupy
trying to feed
food.
Wendell with the food as an excuse to get out.
And he kept denying all the food.
Yeah, he denied everything except the banana. My only banana I had, he took my banana.
Yeah, and he ate the banana.
Yes, and then after he ate the banana, and his performance was over, which was a great performance.
He came out and gave a big
And,
hand,
yeah,
and there was a crowd.
There was a
He drew-
huge crowd.
Everyone was taking
Everybody's
pictures.
watching. Everybody loved the show. And then afterwards, these kids started a fight with us.
That wasn't cool.
What?
Angel right there, that wasn't cool.
Well, I didn't do nothing.
What wasn't cool?
Like, you think that's funny, nigga?
What, with Wendell? That was hilarious.
We know Wendell. We talked.
Wendell was
Looking
hilarious.
at you like, what the fuck are you doing? So how about all three of us drop our shit right now?
You don't know what's going on. We know Wendell. So what happened was those kids started picking a fight with us, and also the deadbeat blogger was over there filming it too.
Yeah, because we were telling the day before that you were running to the back of the park filming.
It was yeah, we were filming.
Remember,
we were
because he
filming
took off
Baba.
with the girl, you were bummed out. You're like, that's fucked up, man.
Here's what happened. Yeah, we were with the deadbeat blogger, and Satya Sai Baba was talking to like some teenage girl, and I was like, oh Jesus, I don't want to fucking see this. And the girl went with him, like happily went with him, and went to the back, and they were doing massages and stuff. And the deadbeat blogger was like, I want to go film this. I want to go see what they're doing.
Girl, man, is that your father? Is that your dad?
I was like, and I
No,
came.
because you said he was a child molester.
Yeah, and I remember
because you told him what happened.
Yeah, other past shit I've seen.
Yeah, but
and at that moment though, the girl was totally, she was going with it, and she could have been older than 18, but she wasn't much older. Anyways, that was the day before this whole garbage can, Wendell the garbage can thing.
They went on to this little performance, and the next day and then the deadbeat blogger turned out to be our best friend because we were hanging out with that lady a lot.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like all sweating her shit while she's sweating our shit.
Yeah.
And he got involved. He got after that whole situation with that.
He was hanging around with us.
Yeah, he was hanging around with
He was hanging too close to us.
Yeah,
because
and-
that's the problem. Is he was hanging out too close too often, and when that happens, the shit starts to go down.
He got too comfortable.
And what happened was
You
is
don't
we
get
saw
comfortable.
after this whole garbage can incident happened, that same second, and it's all in one video, Satya Sai Baba comes walking up, and the deadbeat blogger decides to challenge him on being a child molester.
Oh yeah.
Point those up.
No, he's scared. He's scared. I saw you with 15-year-old girl yesterday.
I'm not scared.
She was 16. She wasn't 15. She was 16.
Oh, 16. She's
Yeah,
like
the girl was
16.
That girl is not. She's from Denmark and she
I know
travels
her.
alone.
I know her.
He has that camera strapped to him, and he doesn't know how to hold his shit together, so he goes right up to him. He says, so you were with that girl yesterday. What happened to her? What happened to her? And these people say you're a child molester. These people, and he,
Yeah, you don't
what do
call
you remember?
anybody a child molester.
especially the Satya.
Don't say he said you're a child molester, because that motherfucker wants to fuck you up. And
He slapped the sign.
Yeah, you know, he kind of pushed him. Hit him
went-
with the side.
I remember he
Oh
did-
yeah, he slapped him with the side. He slapped the side, and right away, he's running to the cops, dude. That was sick. Three cops like
All
that.
right, not there.
Fuck with me. You understand that? You understand that, motherfucker?
Run! Run for your life!
What do you mean, what do you do? Did you see him?
I don't know. What did you do?
You gonna get slapped in your face, motherfucker?
What's the problem?
What did you say to me just now?
Yeah, he ran to the police. And the good thing about that is he never hung around us again after
Yeah,
that.
he
That
learned
was
the
it.
hard way.
Yeah.
Officer! Officer!
Officer!
Fuck you, dude.
There's no highway.
Yeah.
You don't hang out with us. We know what we're doing. We know who to get involved with. We know not who to get involved with. Don't fucking hang out with us and start getting involved with the people that are around us, because you don't want to get involved. They will fuck you up. We know who will fuck you up, and we know who won't fuck you
And
up.
these little kids hung around at the end of it. And they were like trying to pick a fight
they were
with
just
us.
like,
They were just
they were
dumb
kids.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
kids talking shit, because if you gotta throw down, you're gonna throw down, and that's it. You're not gonna talk shit. You gotta throw down, and that's it. You're gonna fight.
We had a few fight situations almost happened. Remember Maddie No Brains, and
Oh, yeah,
also
Maddie- yeah, that-
and also that
yeah.
scummy junkie who came up and was like starting shit with me, and you had to pull me away from
Oh
it.
yeah. So yeah, Maddie No Brand started a fight with me first, and then the next day, that's when that fucking dude started with you. And I actually had to pull Bob away from this guy, like dude.
All right. It was really nice to meet you, buddy. I'll see you around.
He's he seemed like a Jersey.
There was like this vibe in the air that all these fights like.
we call it as testosterone.
Testosterone.
Yeah, testosterone. Yeah, a lot of that shit going on in the park, dude.
And one of your favorite moments that was barely caught on film, if at all, is my almost fight with Roman's bodyguard.
Oh yeah. I had to once again. I had to pull Bob away from Roman's body.
Now you're sorry. Yeah, I am sorry. Fucking issue. You're the one hanging out with a fart smell all day.
You're still talking shit.
Escalated. What? Oh yeah, that's right. The day before, a couple days before, we were with Joey Boots, and Joey.
Yeah, he
Boots,
was going after Joey.
and he was going
Because
after
Joey was
Joey,
filming
and
him.
Joey was hanging with us, and the bodyguard was just having his little PMS breakdown shit. Like he just was looking to yell at anybody,
Yeah.
and just being not, whatever. And he's yelling at Joey, and then he concluded this. He included you and me into
Yeah.
Joey's group, and he said,
Well,
"You know
I
what?
think he
Fuck all you
pointed out
guys."
me- yeah, I think he went after me first.
That sounds about right. You know what? Fuck you too, and all that. And you were like, "Whoa, what did we do?" You know.
Damn, Bob! I never saw you so mad. What's the problem, dude? What's the problem? Tell me.
Roman's bodyguard is frustrated that his circle of friends is Fart Smeller and Jenkos, I think.
Okay, and what's going on here?
Well, the Roman's bodyguard, I think he's a veteran, and he uses that as an excuse to have anger management issues on a daily basis out here. And I don't know, you tell me, Bobo. I need some time to think about it. I can't even figure out why he's acting like he is.
No.
Yeah, it was just you and him.
I want to
You
say
and
what happened was is you rolled back through and he said something to you, and you said, "I don't want to be your friend, dude. We don't want to be your friend." And you sat down.
I rolled by him. I told him I didn't, because he wanted to say what's up after, because you called him out on how he wants to fuck you up one day and the next day
He
he's
wants to be
your
our best friend. That's right.
And that's how he makes friends. And when I rolled by him, I told him, he said, "Hey, what's up, Shaggy?"
Yep.
And I was like, "Dude, I'm not your friend, bro."
And you sat down with me.
Yeah, I sat down with you.
And then you were like, just ignore him. And he
Yeah.
kept saying shit like, "I'm gonna keep fucking with you. Oh, you don't like that? You little faggot. You want to come out? You pussy. You fucking sit there and you make fun of it." Whatever the fuck he was saying.
Yeah, he was just going off.
And
on
then
tangent.
you were like, "Come on, let's go."
Let's walk
and I
away.
got a little territorial and didn't want to
Oh,
leave.
you were standing up. you
Yeah,
were in
I
his
was like
face.
standing there. I didn't want to leave my spot. I
Yeah,
was like,
of
"This is
course
my
not.
park."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he started.
everybody says
yeah,
that.
and he
Side
started.
says that.
You
I
say that. Yeah,
too.
and he started yelling. And he says, I'm gonna harass you every day from the rest of whatever until you leave." I remember he said something like that. And then I stood up and I was like, "You think I'm scared of you? You think I'm scared of you?" And then whatever, you remember better.
Yeah, then I just pulled you away. I was like, "Come on, it's not worth it." We just sat in the middle of the park.
That was the friend. Now
Bob
what?
took it to the dirt. You know?
Now, just out of curiosity, if I remember correctly, this was like a unique moment in time because you'd never seen me get
yeah,
like that
I never.
before.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw you blow up.
And what was unique about it? Me, tell people what was unique about me and what I behaved like, because
Well,
maybe people don't understand.
You're the cool, calm, and collective guy.
And this time I lost my shit.
You blew up. And it was all normal people at the park, and they were looking at you like you're another scumbag.
Did it look like I was about ready to fuck him up?
Yeah. He looked like you. I mean, you wear this face, moving your head, the camera's swinging, and it's almost hitting him in the face. Like you're not purposely swinging the camera; it's just attached to your wrist.
Where did we leave off with the bodyguard? Are we friends with him now, or we just ignore him now? Now we don't even talk.
We
to
just
him.
ignore him. We're not friends with him. We don't need him. You know, we were never friends with the guy. All right?
Yeah.
He's just like
He wants to be friends really
Yeah,
bad.
he wants. Like you know, I mean, we have our separation with Roman. We're not friends with Roman.
Yeah.
He's part of the party. It's just a show. But I still love you, Roman. Hopefully, you have some more girls start your face.
Another thing that was great was the Free Hugs Nazi. So what happened with Jeremy this year? This year was a different year.
Jeremy,
We started calling
I
him
love-
Jeremy and less Free Rubs.
Yeah. Because you know, I mean, like Jeremy, like you know, he kind of, you know, I mean, after that exposure in the New York Times, he even said he had like, you know, a handicap or whatever. So you know, I kind of like I stopped it. You know, what I mean, like I was like, I'm not gonna pick on some kid that's handy. I thought it was the act. I really thought it was kind of like he was a front. You know, then when I saw him on BET Network and the way he was, that's when I realized this kid's no different from what he is. This is really him.
I have to admit that
So
when I was able to put, a name that because he's got
Autism.
autism. He's autistic, and when the second I kind of put that with it, it kind of cleared up everything, and suddenly I saw where he was coming from, and we also saw that he was trying to change. He would come to us and say,
for advice. Look at sit over there next to the fucking bomb. They're like, come on, for real, man. You come to a fucking expensive cafe to sit next to a homeless dude that's passed out. What the fuck you thinking?
So,
Fuck. Might as well fucking like eat on top of the toilet and see why shitting. It's gross.
so let's see. So, what we did is we kind of changed our tune with Jeremy because we decided he needs somebody looking after him.
We're like more his parental advisors.
It was something
where
else.
we tell him what's good and what's bad.
And something else we realized too is that everybody at the park was like trying to start shit with him and was.
Yeah, we had
and
his
we're-
back.
Yeah, and we're
We
and
told
now that-
Jeremy, anybody fucks with you, you come to us, and nobody gonna fuck with you. And that's
And what happened? He came running to us.
Yeah.
And what did he do? He ran to us and he hid behind you and me.
Yep.
And
And that's
sat on his sign. And who comes walking up?
Free hugs, Nazi.
Don't bother Jeremy around us because he's a friend of ours.
He's a nice
Didn't
kid.
your mother tell you not to do that anymore?
And he wanted to give Jeremy a lecture about Jeremy giving free hugs because
and this is the first kind of thing we've had with the Free Hugs Nazi in a long time.
he never confronts us. He always passes by, just looks at us or shakes his head or whatever. So I was just like, it was great because he came up to us. He gave Jeremy a lecture and a half about his free hugs and it was great. It was a moment. It was a moment of truth.
That doesn't matter. Your mother provides for you. Your mother takes care
Are
of
you his
you.
daddy?
Listen to you.
Because otherwise he's allowed to give free hugs in the park. It's up to him. You shouldn't worry about him unless he's your
Now,
son.
if you don't want to get your mother on the phone, you put the sign away.
Okay,
And you stop doing that. Is that understood?
Yeah, put the sign away.
Just sit right there. It's away.
Yeah, just sit there, relax.
Yes. And if I see you again with it, what happens?
You gotta give you a spanking.
It's one of my favorite videos of last year. And,
It was a cartoon right in front of us. You know what I mean? It was hilarious.
Somebody I think commented under the YouTube saying this is a short bus argument.
Yes, it is.
Him with
We
his
had- we had
lisp
a
and
short-
Jeremy and.
Yeah. We had a short bus moment, you know what I mean, in the park. It was great.
I'll tell you one thing, that was Jeremy's favorite video. He
Oh, really?
even went on a promo of that video. He
Oh,
made
yeah,
the
yeah,
little
he went-
signs and was
yeah.
handing them out to people saying, watch this video, because people felt sorry for him when they saw the video of the
Look
Free
at,
Hugs Nazi.
look at these fucking idiots. They're looking for an outlet.
Oh, there's no outlets.
They have each other. You don't need a fucking phone, dude.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Who else you got to talk to?
Yes.
And so Jeremy's been, do you think Jeremy's improved this year? Has he improved? Does he rub up less on girls?
He doesn't run up, but he's still chasing girls out of the park. And he's still like, you know,
'Cause he's
kind of
still-
circles them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
There's no stopping him. He's, you know what I mean? There's no stopping anybody in that park. You know what I mean? If you're a fucking creep, you're a creep, and that's it.
So tell me again, what happened? They just now were chasing you?
Two undercover cops in not in uniform, but they wearing like a baseball cap and a book bag.
Where are they? Are they over on the other side?
They may be hidden in the park though, but I'm just giving hugs.
What did they say to you, Jeremy?
I thought you were allowed in this park.
Yeah, but I was hugging. I was coming up to hug a regular teenage grown man, but he was an undercover cop and he pulled out the badge, and then I ran down the block, so they wouldn't have to catch me. But they went back in the park to see if I was around.
Okay.
I'm just offering hugs.
But you're okay.
Yeah.
You shouldn't run. You got nothing to. You're offering free hugs. You don't have to run.
Okay. I'm behaving like a gentleman. Like
You've been fine.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, there you go, dudes. Dudes.
So you, what about the cockroach? Anything happened with the
I
cockroach
mean, the
this year?
cockroach hung out with us
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
little bit.
He was
did a little
harassing
talking.
those Shakespeare in the Park people.
Yes, that was funny. That was funny. You know what I mean? That's what we needed him for. We needed him to harass people. That
He
we
did a
don't
great
like.
job with that.
Yeah,
I really warmed up to the cockroach after
Yeah,
that.
he's
Like
good, he's good.
he was good at that.
He's
shit.
funny. When he goes on his psychotic tangents, he's funny as hell.
I do think, Sage, they're really doing some serious reconsideration whether or not to do that. They keep looking over their shoulder at you and realizing maybe this isn't the place to do Shakespeare in the Park.
Okay. Which one are you gonna do? Which Shakespeare are you gonna do? You don't got. If the young, you don't got it. You don't got enough to remix Shakespeare in the Park.
They're horrible actors.
You don't got it.
Go ahead. I dare you to remix Shakespeare in the Park. Go make one story out of 7. I fucking dare you.
There you go. I like that. He dares you.
You're making my day, Sage.
Have you ever had a crush on your own sister? Do you even know what that feels like?
There you go.
Do you even know what it feels like to be attracted to your own relative? No.
Women in a Shakespeare play.
White privilege! White privilege! If you were brown, you'd be arrested. Arrest these people. I'm scared.
You want some acid?
I want you to have no doubt that I side with you on this.
And the whole park is watching him, and they all love him. He's very entertaining.
Now, speaking of psychotic tangents, but this one we wanted to hide from was Crackhead Tony.
Yeah.
You remember Crackhead Tony?
Crackhead Tony. Yes, he was really bad this year. He was. I mean, he just wouldn't let go, dude. Like you would try to shake him away. He was coming back, and he thought we were friends. I mean, every time your buddy comes down.
That's right. Ohio Kyle.
Ohio Kyle comes by, and something happens, and he fucking.
At the beginning of the year was Taco Bell, right? Or was that something?
Yeah, we went to Taco Bell and fucking Tony. We had to ditch Tony because Tony wanted food and we weren't willing to buy it. And then somehow you told him we'd go to Taco Bell.
Tony, what happened was you guys ran and ditched me. You and
Yeah.
Ohio Kyle started said we're going to Taco Bell, and I was left there stuck with Tony. And I got up trying to figure out what to do, and I started like drawing. I started walking in an S pattern, like trying to lose him, and he was like right on my ass the whole time. And finally, he goes, "Where are you going? Hey, buy me a Coke, buy me a fucking Mountain Dew, buy me a whatever." And then I ran. I ran away as fast as I could.
Yeah, but you told him, I'm going to Taco Bell.
Yeah, he knew where to meet us, and then we went to Taco Bell.
It was packed. There was normal people, and Tony's just fucking blew up, screaming, yelling, saying like, you know, I thought you were fucking friends, man. You're not fucking like just going on this tangent, screaming. The whole place was just looking, and I was sitting there like laughing. I was sitting there crying, like I was just like, this is too great.
And then later on in the year, we're sitting there and we see Crackhead Tony on a rainy day when we're the only ones at the park. It was like a gloomy day. I remember we're just sitting there in a quiet day in the park, and all of a sudden Tony's there, and he's harassing the people around us. And we're trying to hide.
We have to do one of these. We have to do one of these. Like if you're Tony, we have to do this.
Yeah.
Like that's what you do. If you want to avoid these fucking assholes, all you have to do is turn them out, let them see the back of your head, because they don't know the difference. There's a big difference between the front and the back. They don't know who you are from the back.
One thing I love that maybe only I'm appreciating is you are yelling so loud that everybody into Starbucks is listening to our stories. It's really great. I love it. So anyways, so we were able to ditch Crackhead Tony, but he now hates our guts. I remember we walked by him a couple times this year, and he's yelling at us. He's yelling shit at us like, you fucking assholes, you fucking asshole. I thought you were my friends. I thought you...
Your friends, it costs money to have friends.
What you looking at, Bubba?
This guy is talking to his girlfriend, I guess, on a web camera, and she's too busy fucking looking at her face. Meanwhile, and I'm trying to get in the camera so I can make faces. This way she can see the background, but she won't even look because she's too busy looking at her own fucking reflection. Look, you know? Imagine that, talking to your girlfriend in Japan, all she wants to do is look at her fucking face. Jesus Christ.
Hey, I totally forgot to bring up one of the most important things that happened at the beginning of the year, and that's the resurrection of your father.
Oh yeah, that's right. Signs, yes. Rumor went around that he died, and a comic book guy he does business with said he got into a fight.
I showed up at the park one day, and Roman came up to me and says, "Hey, Signs is dead." And I decided not to say anything until I got at least more confirmation. So I started walking around, and I went and found the people he worked with.
And you milked that dry for all it's worth, because anybody that came up to you, yo, you heard about Science? He died. And I said he's not dead.
I learned my lesson.
I said I knew he wasn't dead because
you did a couple times say I really miss my dad.
Yeah, I miss him. Yeah, I do. But like in a way, in the back of my head, I knew he was alive because anything that happens to anybody at Union Square Park, it's on the news. All right. And you were just like, well, you know, 3 people died this year at Union Square, and it was all on the news. The media picks up on this shit. So if anybody dies, we will know because the media picks up on it. Dad!
Get the fuck on.
What? What?
So one of the things that the fans didn't hear anything about, but it was a pretty big thing that happened with us, is the stalker that we had, Bill.
Yes.
Now, he was a guy who you were hanging out with.
Yeah, okay. Bill was a friend of mine. I met him at the cafe over there, and he was cool, you know what I mean? He worked and stuff, and then, like, that cafe closed down. He started coming to Starbucks. We hang out. And then, like, did he retire from his job? Before you know, he started showing up at Union Square on a regular basis, where it was just like, at first it was like, oh,
You could
Bill.
time it. Like,
Yeah.
we knew what time he was showing up.
We were part of his schedule, from his work schedule to his normal schedule, that he had to go see me. And I tried to dip out all the time, but like every time like 5:10 rolled up, I was like, okay, Bob, it's time to go skate. And I'll go skate around the park. I'll look up, go across the park. I see Bill sitting there on his phone.
Now, what was it about Bill that you didn't like? What did he do that what got to be like he would show up and he would just seem like a drag or what? All right.
It was just, he really, like, you know what I mean? Like, we used to have really good conversations and stuff, you know, talk about, like, what's going on in the world and stuff. It was just kind of like he would show up to the park and just, like, look at his phone the whole time. Like he really had no purpose of being there. It was kind of like, and you couldn't have, like, you can't have intellectual conversation when you got fucking every nutcase hanging on your shoulder. You know what I mean? It's not the place you want to sit down and, like, talk.
So slowly you started to try and give him the cold shoulder.
Yeah, I gave him the cold shoulder, just not like going skating every time he showed up and stuff. He, like, by doing that, I thought he would get the message, and he didn't. He did, like, one day, like, it just got to me really bad. I met some girl and we were like talking.
You were sitting on the skateboard together?
Yeah, we were sitting on the other side of the park, and I was like, let's go sit in the front, and I had to give her a warning, like, look, I got this guy, his name is Billy, he's a fucking stalker, and I was like, I just want to let you know, you know, so like, we sat down.
One of the funniest things too is no matter how much we planned to try and see Bill before he came up, he knew how to sneak up on us and just be there.
Yeah. He just like all of a sudden, poof, Bill was there. Like,
and when you were sitting on the board, poof, all of a sudden he was there standing behind you.
Right behind me where I could do this, and he's like right there. I'm
like his
like,
knees were almost touching your back.
Yeah, I'm like, he couldn't sit next to me because there's people sitting here, sitting there. And he's sitting like right on top of me. I got this girl here, and I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
and he had his arms crossed and was just standing behind
like
you.
He was my dad or something.
And you didn't say hi to him or anything.
No, I just
he just
ignored
stood
him.
there.
I just turned my back to him and I just faced the girl the whole time. It didn't
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. No problem.
Thank you.
Welcome. Anyway, so you know, after a while, it was just kind of like, all right, let's get out of here. And we catch you later, Bill. We walked away, and I started talking shit behind him. And I look over my shoulder. He's right behind me, pushing his bike, and I'm just like, fuck this.
And he stood there for a long time, like 10, 15 minutes, just staring, hovering, and not
like
saying
shadow.
anything.
That's shadow
Being
status.
scary.
When the shadow status is like, they stand behind you, that's your shadow. You like the sun shines on you, you got a shadow. Well,
also the other part.
People make shadows at Union Square.
Also the other thing about being a shadow is you don't talk. You're just sitting there not talking and just hanging out. Yeah.
It was getting really bad where I was just like it was really bad where.
So what was the plan? What was the plan that you and I had?
I was gonna threaten him.
So
threaten him.
You're really
gonna flip out, Bill. Now I'm texting him a message to back the fuck off, basically, because I'm losing sleep out of this. I think this is really fucking creepy.
He won't go away.
And he will not go away. So I sent him a message. It says, Bill, stop going to, oh shit, I forgot you.
You registered it already.
Okay, and I'm sending it to him now.
What does it say?
It says, Bill, stop going to your square. I never invited you. It's getting creepy. I will flip out on you and Bob will end up filming it. Because Bill doesn't like to be on film. So I'm going to send this message here. Because today, he showed up at the park. And we didn't expect him to show up at the park. And he came, like, I was with the lady friend over here, right here, beautiful girl. And he says, hey, Bob, how you doing? I said, Bill, I'm with a girl right now. And he hovered behind me. He stood there.
He lurked. He fucking lurked.
Hard. And as soon as that open space, because I think they felt the cosmetic bad drug energy from Bill, they scattered the people next to me. Bill sat next to me. I turned my back to him,
I face turned the whole time. I put the wall like this. I sat like this.
He did the
This
whole
way
time.
he couldn't see my fucking face.
And he sat there the whole time.
And he sat there the whole time. And the reason he left is because I left. And so I was sending him a text message. This way the viewers get to see me flip out on him tomorrow or the next day, whatever, because I had enough of this shit. This is harassment. This is creepiness. This is bullshit I shouldn't be going through. You know what I mean? Like,
In short, this is Union Square.
he's a fucking weirdo, bro. Like, so now if you want to come down and meet us, think twice. So the message going through.
You just sent it?
Sent. Bill the banker. Bill the ex-banker, now drunk. Never heard from him. He disappeared after that.
He never showed up again. We never had to see him ever, not even here.
Thank God. I don't need no fucking stalkers.
But
I had enough, all right?
and I think one of the things that showed when you had enough, Bobo, this is one of the things we didn't bring up, was you spent this year snitching on a lot of people, didn't you?
Hey, look, let me tell you something, all right? I've been hanging out at that park for a long time. Someone needs to keep that shit in check. If the security guard's not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. I got his number. We keep that shit in check, and that's the way it rolls. If you don't like it, don't watch the videos. You know, somebody has to keep that park in check.
I mean, they understand you snitching on the soccer players. They saw people getting hit in the head with the soccer balls.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you snitched on people who were drinking liquor at the park.
Yes,
a couple times.
I did, of course. You shouldn't be drinking beer in the park. First of all, if you gotta drink, you gotta go to a secluded spot. Know your shit when you roll in the city. If you don't know your shit, I'm gonna rat you out. Final. That's it. You don't get a summons. You just you lose your beer. So it's not a big deal. It's
And
not
you're a skateboarder, but you would snitch on the skateboarders.
Yeah, they suck. They suck. Park security, I'm calling up. They let those skateboards out of here. I don't discriminate. Everybody gets a taste of Shaggy. How do you have to go? Get rid of them. Yeah, get rid of them. They're trying to do kickflips downstairs. Meanwhile, they came ollie downstairs. So that's when I come in, throw them out. We don't need them. We don't need that business. New York City is the middle of the world. It's the mecca of the world. The whole world is watching. Why we got this shitty-ass kids skating there? No. I'd rather have nothing. Call security, get rid of them.
Same with the break dancers, the guys who played music too loud or whatever. You snitch on them too.
Well, yeah, that draws everybody out. That chases everybody out of park because you can't even talk among each other because they're playing the same song over and over and over. And everybody in Brooklyn's listening to that same song. They're listening to it on the subways, they're listening in front of the apartments. It's fucking noise. That's all it is. It's bullshit. It's not even music. It's garbage. It's a sample. One little fucking sample that's on repeat for the next 45 minutes.
And let's see, I have written down here the quarter guy and the Russian drunk.
Yes, that was great.
Now those two guys.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think it was the weather or something, but everybody was flying off the hook. Quarter guys screaming.
At Union
the Russian guys screaming. And I followed them and the signs pops out of the bushes screaming and like, it was just like, boom, like it was just like a domino effect of like everybody screaming at each other. It was funny. It was just like spare the moment, like just pull out the camera, there he goes, and everybody's screaming. It was blah, blah.
Any news you want to say about quarter guy or anything? You just want to leave it at that?
Well, he's.
Do you care about that girl?
Famous.
And okay, that's right. Oh, that quarter guy made it to BuzzFeed.
Yeah, quarter guy made it to BuzzFeed.
And this was the first time he's ever gotten any kind of attention besides my site, right?
Yes.
Do you think?
Yeah, nobody, like people know who he is and they know his deal, but nobody ever gave him the attention you gave him. Like following him around the city and they picked it up on your website, and now he's kind of like, he's infamous, he's famous, like he's the quarter guy. Yeah, I got a quarter. Yeah.
We have a quarter. We have a quarter. I got a quarter right here. We have a quarter. Hey, quarter guy, we got a quarter. We have a quarter. We have a quarter right here.
It's about time. The guy's been doing it for years. He should have been famous a long time ago. He's authentic, Fuck those guys. The quarter guy is the shit.
What you say, number one most authentic New Yorker there is in...
Yes.
You say, okay.
He's originality. He's always by himself, you know what I mean? So original, he's doing the same thing he's been since doing in the 90s, you know, asking people for a quarter. To me, he's asking people for a quarter because he can pull it off, getting money, because people automatically think that you need the quarter for pay for it or for a parking meter or something. So, but now times have changed. People don't use quarters for pay phones. We have cell phones.
Do you
a
carry?
Quarter guy can't get that shit out of his head. He's crazy.
Any guys got a quarter? You got 25 cents?
So one of the last things on my list, Bobo, is you did what I think no other human being has ever really done who's somewhat normal, and that you spent an evening with Suave the poet and hung out with him in the evening. Someday after Union Square, you decided to go hang out with him.
I live like
You got a bike?
What's up, baby?
Hey, Suave, this is Julie. Julie is Suave.
Julie was good.
This is the coolest motherfucker.
You like my Hermes?
Last year I was a huge fan of him. This year I'm not. All right.
You were at the beginning of the year, right?
Yeah. Because he came later in the year. He didn't come at the beginning of summer. And he kind of like, when he came back, it was kind of like Suave, like what up, like like you know how Suave is.
Of course.
You know. And
He had the quarters in the year.
Yeah. Even though he's little.
You were complimenting his style, that overcoat. That's a brand new thing, that flasher overcoat.
Probably still wearing it right now every fucking day.
And his sneakers, those Jordans or whatever he had on.
Yeah, 1985 Jordans. I like found in the garage can. But yeah, we hung out. We went to the Meatpacking District where all the clubs are, and he took Union Square. And he, like what he did at Union Square, he does at the clubs, where he would stand in front of the club talking to people to chase the people away. Just like his hands, they like pow, like
He was
smoking weed, like any corner he stood at, there was a group of people, they would just disperse, you know what I mean? Like everybody's out of there, and that was the only thing I was hoping for. I was like, please, I hope I don't see my co-workers, because they're gonna wonder why I'm hanging out with this fucking filth.
Yo, fuck you. Yo, well, your fucking mother should have swallowed you. That was compliments.
Yo, if you want to touch me like a man, bro. Don't touch me like a little bitch. Like a little kid. Oh, give me $1.
I don't need shit. I ain't worried about nothing.
Oh, fuck.
Filth.
Tell the story about when you were out that night and the skateboarders who wouldn't go away, and you said, leave this guy alone.
We were we were like walking down the street. This is after he like fucking like nobody stands around. You know, I mean, Suave is just looking for a fight. You know what I mean? He's looking for an argument. He's looking for a fight. He doesn't give a fuck. He'll fuck you up anytime. And after he just like started fighting with one dude, the guy realized he was crazy. He walked away. Then me and Suave were walking down the street. So the guy said something about the skateboard, and then he's like, "Yo, do a trick." And he's following. I was like, "Dude, get out of here." What did I say? Like, you gotta.
I wasn't there.
Dude, just get out of here right now. Just get the fuck out of here.
You're gonna lose this. You can only lose this.
Yeah, you're gonna, get the fuck out of here. And the dude just took off, because Suave would probably beat the shit out of him or scream in his face or something. He's, but I'm not a fan of him.
So I have to admit, Bobo, I blame you for he outwore his welcome, because when you became friends, he was like, I'm gonna be, now I got a new post to hang out at all the time, and that's with Bob and Shaggy.
And, yes, but you also said some shit.
I'm just saying, well, what happened was he wouldn't stop hanging out and being a bother, and 2 times in a row, he's made it very clear that he is homophobic. He hates gay people. He hates anything that has to do with being gay or cross-dressing or anything. And by pure coincidence,
2 different girls he was talking to.
2 different times we were hanging out. 2 transgender girls, 2 different ones, just happened to hang around and be with us, and were talking to us, and he starts picking up on them.
Yep.
Like he starts flirting with them and wants to be left alone with them and all that kind of.
You should have let it go.
And what I did, and because he was getting on my nerve and was like, "Yo, we're Shaggy. What are you gonna do?" Just being in my face, I had to call him out on that. I said, "Listen, I know your deal. You hate gay people so much, and here you are picking up on these transgender girls all the time, twice." And he knew that I had him. He knew that I had him. He knew that I was there and saw that, and that's when he started getting really. With me?
Oh, he was getting he was coming up to you, trying to not kick you in the face, but kind of test.
Yeah, he would pantomime kicking me in the face, and his foot would be just a couple inches from my face. And he started doing this what do you want me to kick you in the face? What are you gonna do? And a couple times I had to stand up and walk away, or I had to stand up and say, "Listen, are you?" And he was like, "What?"
I wasn't there.
And then so I told Shaggy about it. I was like, "What do you want to do about it? He's your buddy. Do you want to start shit, or do you want to whatever?" And you took care of it. I got some of that on video actually, where you had a talk with Suave.
Yeah, I had my talk with him and stuff. Like, you know, I mean, like, I told him, you want to fuck with him? Get out of the way. Because that's not fucking cool. He doesn't bother you. Don't bother him.
That's the fucking vibe.
Don't do it no more, right? Seriously, that's not fucking cool, man.
I've got a little thing.
I don't, but yeah, but you know, I mean, a joke is a joke, but when you start swinging people's fucking feet in the face, it's not a joke, it's over. Like, I told him, like, straight up, dude, you can't be rolling with me if you're gonna start threatening him. I was like, what he says to you is what he says to you. Take it like a man, you know, eat it up, dude. That's what we're here. We fuck with each other. If you can't take it, leave. You know?
What was his reaction to it all?
I mean, he listens to stuff, but you know what I mean? Like, he'll behave himself a little bit, but you know how he is. He goes back into his mojo and shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's the Shaggy. Don't forget your bag, dude. The original Shadow. That's before the Asian girls became
That
shadows.
was back in the Noah days. That's old school.
Yeah. So yeah, he left it alone and stuff. But yeah, I tell you what.
I'm begging everybody for.
If you see
7
Suave,
cents.
you hang out with him. He'll let you smoke all his weed.
Hey, was it worth it?
Yeah, it was worth it. Whatever. I mean, it was fun times. Like whatever. I mean, that one day I just had plans to hang out with him. One day just to see how he is outside of Union Square. That's it. That's it.
So that's it. Is there anything you're looking forward to next spring, or are you just hoping that you get a good long winter, or what?
Yeah. Like right now, I'm waiting for I was waiting for Union Square. I don't even want to go near there right now. I'm like staying right here, local, you know, skating. I don't want nothing to do with the people, nothing to do with it. I really just hope that like next year is a lot better, because it's just like, if it's gonna be straight up dudes, man, I mean, there's gonna be more deaths going on in that park, you know what I mean? Like, more people are gonna die, it's just getting disgusting, like, I don't know, you know, like, I just hope next year's a better year, and a different year, you know what I mean? Something good to happen, you know what I mean? Like, something nice to happen, but it's not gonna happen.
It's December 1st. Are you in the Christmas spirit, Boba?
Nah. Wait till
Do you get in the Christmas spirit?
Nah. Not New York. New York is all.
Do you
about
ever,
money.
even like a week before Christmas, do you ever get in the spirit?
No.
You have no Christmas spirit at all.
No, that never did.
All right, there you go.
I just let the only thing that's good about it, you get the time off, but it's just like you have to tolerate the tourists and the shopping and the way the people act, and you know what I mean, fucking Walmart wine riots and shit. Like it's, you know, I got no Christmas spirit at all. You know, I'm not religious. I just think it's a horror. I think it brings out the worst in people. That's what it does. I see it all the time.
And do you have any last thing you want to say to all the people who comment under the videos? Because that's what all these videos
keep
get
on leaving the comments. Keep on going. Just say bad things, good things, all kind of things. All right, fine. You know what I mean? Like, it's great. You know, leave the comment. Keep, you know, put more comments. Put 1 billion comments. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna read them.
Spend your days. Live on the fucking. Spend all day commenting about how.
Send me stories through comments. Send the story. Make a comment. Come up with the story.
My favorite is when they leave comment after comment after comment about how we're wasting our lives out there.
That's all right. Just keep watching the videos. In March, we'll be back when it gets warmer out.